There's number one, the child. Some people didn't have that. Some of us in this room done been the child in the relationship. If your girl or your wife, if she got to wash your clothes, fold your clothes, cook for you, when you're sad, make you cheer you up, take you somewhere. I mean, come on, man.
Like a mother.
Right. Is she a woman or is she your mama? The child. This person acts younger than their age. At first, you might find them exciting and fun, but once the honeymoon stage fades, reality sets in and you realize they aren't willing to pull their weight on everyday responsibilities. As this happens, you might begin to want to wonder if you can be with them long term, because when you're in a relationship with a childish person, you cannot see going into the future with them. You got somebody who acts the same age as your child. 8 types of lovers. The controller. Dating the controller, you may not detect the possessive tendencies right away because they are good at seeming helpful. They may have good intentions and do what they believe is best for you, but over time you may start to feel invisible or like your needs aren't being met. This person can be highly reactive, treating disagreements like battlefields. The controller is a person who treats disagreements like battlefields, believing they need to argue in order to come off as strong-willed. Because you argue the loudest does not mean that you are the strongest. As a result, they have a tendency to respond instead of listening in order to understand. 8 types of lovers. Number 3, the codependent. You know what that reminds me of when I think about the codependent relationship? Is the little boy or the little girl who usually it's little boys, going to school for the first time, the kindergarten, and then mommy getting ready to leave and he flipping out and falling on the ground and none of that. That's a codependent relationship. He feels like he can't function without his mommy. And people who are in codependent relationships, they feel like they can't function without their lover. No, you're supposed to have a separate life other than the lover, the person you're with in a relationship. You got to have your own life and your own friends and your own interests. If you eat, sleep, drink, and breathe somebody, that ain't fair. Because everybody need a break. Have you ever dated a needy person or find yourself drawn to people with high demands? It feels good to be needed, admired, and play the role of a heroic protector. But dating someone who is codependent can also be challenging. They might rely on you for everything, get jealous easy, and seek constant validation. This is the codependent. They might rely on you for everything, get jealous easy, and seek constant validation. Do you love me?
Yeah.
Instead of giving in to their demands, remind them that they have what it takes to stand on their own 2 feet. Let them know that it's not yours or anyone else's responsibility to heal them. 8 types of lovers. Number 4, the player. The player. Dating a player isn't a problem if you're okay with being in an open relationship. Dating a player is not a problem if you're okay with being in an open relationship. Some people do that. I can't. I don't share. I don't share mine, bro. So I get upset if you even try to suggest that I share. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Dating a player isn't a problem if you're okay with being in an open relationship, but if you're looking for true loyalty and commitment, this type of relationship will only lead you down towards heartbreak and disappointment. Players are notorious for being manipulative and sweet talkers, but pay close attention to their actions. If they frequently cancel plans last minute with you or promise you one thing but don't live up to their word, don't bother wasting time trying to fix this relationship if they refuse to own up to their mistakes. Yeah, you keep trying to salvage the player if you want to. 8 types of lovers. Number 5, the workaholic. Ambition can be a sexy trait in a lover. Ambition can be a sexy trait in a lover, and by dating a workaholic, you might come to find that you become more goal-oriented too. Dating someone who is career-driven can also have its downsides because life, as we know it, isn't just all work and no play. Things don't have to be in order all the time, and you don't have to always maintain a certain image. Sometimes having a good laugh and making memories is what we need. If you're dating a workaholic but want to make your relationship work, remind them to clock out and unwind with you with a movie or a game night with friends. 8 types of lovers. Number 6, the adventurer. The adventurer. This person is bold, adventurous, and free-spirited. It can be an eye-opening experience when you date a lover who can introduce you to new places you've never been before, and encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. Those are good things. Some obstacles you may face are recklessness and haste. Adventurous lovers tend to be impulsive, and while this may excite you initially, as your relationship deepens, you may come to find you're craving stability over spontaneity. It's good to talk to your adventurous lover and show them that creating a plan in advance can be beneficial. 8 types of lovers. Number 7, the therapist. Anybody ever had a person who wanted you to be their therapist? Or somebody you was with, you wanted them to be your therapist? Having a partner you can go to with your problems is essential to building a strong connection. But when you start to see your partner as more of a therapist than a lover, it becomes an issue. Your partner is there to offer love and support, but they're not required to hold your emotional baggage for you. Never should they have all the answers. Nope. And nor should they have all the answers. It's easy to fall for someone with a healing spirit, but never take advantage of their kindness, because they may learn to resent the relationship in the end because they're not getting what they need. And to be your therapist and to talk to you all the time and counsel you all the time becomes draining. Even for therapists who do it in real life. That's why when they go home, they don't think about work. 8 types of lovers. Number 8, the expert. The expert is someone who can have intellectual debates with you. They're great problem solvers, self-sufficient, and analytical. These lovers may not be the best at remembering anniversaries, but you can count on them to give you refreshing perspectives. Logicians, that's another word for an expert, is a logician. Logicians are deep thinkers by nature, so you won't have to worry about settling for anything shallow, because once they commit, they're in it for the long run. Out of all of these, it seems like the expert is probably the best person to be in a relationship with. So we said 8. Don't y'all agree? Yeah, 8 types of lovers. We said number 1 is the child. We said number 2 is the controller. We said number 3 is the codependent. Number 4 is the player. Number 5, the workaholic. Number 6, the adventurer. Number 7, the therapist. And what seems to be the sweet spot, number 8, is the expert.
I never had it broken down. I never heard it broken down like that, but it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to the child, because I've been that in a relationship. I'm gonna be honest, I've been the child in a relationship, man. Yeah, and that's not sexy.
No.
Not for your manhood.
I've been stopping my own mama house.
I'm telling you, you cannot be the child and a man at this and feel manly when she's sitting around buying all the groceries, she's paying all the bills with her welfare or her job.
Don't they call that a player?
That's a bum.
I know, but you know, back in the day,
No, well, no. See, that's what they ended up calling a player. That ain't how a player started out. A player was never somebody who was a player was somebody who was smooth talking, know how to say. A player was a person who usually didn't even get caught. A player was a person that everybody liked.
Yeah.
That was the player. The player was the person who had this woman, that woman, that woman, that woman. They wasn't all fighting. They wasn't stabbing. They wasn't killing. He made all of the women that he was dealing with feel good. Now, if you sitting around laying up on a woman, that's a bum.
Thank you.
You calling yourself a player because you laying up on some women? That's bum. When good things start happening in your life, I'm telling you this because that has happened to me. That has happened to me. You start advancing in your life. You started advancing in jobs and in career when before you was stagnant. So you started doing the work to pull yourself out of that. And then all of a sudden you start seeing yourself rising up. And then sometimes you get the mistake of thinking like, oh yeah, I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it. But really it wasn't me, it was God the whole time. God the whole time, God lifted me up. He the one finally answered my prayers because he felt I was ready. And then I made the fatal mistake of thinking it was me. And started treating people a certain way. Started acting a certain way towards people because I'm self-made. I don't need none of y'all. None of y'all ain't made me. I was out in the street. I ain't had this. I ain't had that. I had to stand up on my own 2 feet. No, I didn't stand up on my own 2 feet. I stand up with God. You got to stay humble, man. Stay humble, man, because that's the devil. try to get you like that. The devil try to get you to thinking that you done did all of this and look at it, and now all of a sudden people want to like you, or all of a sudden people want to show you some respect, but they weren't showing you none before when you was out there and you needed this and you needed that. Don't even focus on that. That's to get you angry and to turn people who are your friends into enemies and family into enemies, man. That's the devil. Just humble. That's all. That's all. But the fact that he brought it up to you all, the fact that he apologized about it, is already on his mind. So he's already working on it. So that's a good thing. That deserves, you know, some congratulations. Come on, give some congratulations on that. But it's better when we check ourselves, because when we can check ourselves, we don't have to worry about somebody else checking us.